Hello, hello, get in here. Welcome to Honest Conversations with Esther. I'm Esther. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. For this week's Friday book review, we're going to be reviewing Our Iceberg is Melting. It's a book by John Kotter and Holger Rathgeber. So before I get into the contents of the book, I'd like to talk about my experience reading it. So first off, I like that it's a fable, which is basically a story about animals that are talking like humans, and it can be used to deduce life lessons. So that makes it easy, fun to read, and it's also got pictures. So you could actually read this to your children and they'd find it interesting. Two, I like that the information is put on the bottom shelf. The language is easy. There's no complicated jargon, mumbo jumbo. And third, I like that it's not one of those feel-good self-help books that peddles, think positive, you can do it, without giving practical steps on solving the problem that the book claims it was written for. So there's actually practical steps in this book on how to manage change. So I'm going to try and review the book without giving out too much information so as to be a spoiler to those who'd want to read the book after they listen to the review. So first off, the protagonist of this book, so basically protagonist, Muchinyanja would say a protagonist is Mwine Fium, like the main character. So the main character is a guy called Fred. Fred spends most of his time observing trends, but he's nobody in the organization. So then comes our next character, Alice. Alice is the leader. She's known to be tough and she's known to make things happen. So Fred tells Alice that their iceberg is melting. Hence they have a problem. So Alice goes to the leadership council because Alice is high up enough in management to be able to tell someone about the problem. So the leadership council consists the leadership council consists of Louis. So Louis is the head of the team. He's like your CEO, but he's a little bit old. But what's nice about Louis is that he listens when you tell him there's a problem. Even though he's old, he's willing to listen to what the young people are saying these days. Next is Buddy. He's basically the guy who works in PR or marketing. He's young, he's handsome, he's charismatic, and if you need a PowerPoint presentation, he's your guy to do it because people will listen to him. Third is your no-no. No-no is that guy who has a problem to every situation. No matter how good what you say is, No-no has something no to say. No-no thinks he's an expert on every subject. He has got all sorts of tables and graphs on why your theory won't work. So the 8 steps in the book that you set the stage, you tell someone that there's a problem, and after you set the stage, okay, we have a problem, you put together a team of experts, you ponder the subject. Next is after the experts have spoken, you come up with a decision. Okay, there's a problem. What are we going to do about it? How can we respond to this differently? The 4th step is communicate understanding. See, the problem that most people make in leadership is that they want to withhold information from the rest of the group when there's a problem. And what this does is that it creates distrust because they think, okay, can we really trust their decisions? Last time they lied about this, or they were withholding this. And you never know, information may come and solutions may come from the greater group. Number 5 is that you empower others to act. You can't just be talking that there's a problem and making all these strategic plans and decisions. You actually have to make small steps. Number 6 is to produce small wins. So how do you eat an elephant? You eat an elephant in bite-sized pieces. Little by little, you'll be done with the entire elephant. But if you think of swallowing an elephant whole, you never do it. So what can you do about your current problem? Any small change that can produce some sort of results to get the rest of the group motivated to believe that, okay, this thing can change. Number 7 is after you've won at something, don't get comfortable with your wins. I like the saying that this too shall pass. Your problems pass and so do your victories. You have to get used to moving on. Just because you solved a problem one way doesn't mean that that way will work again next time. And the last step is number 8, create a new culture. So a fact of life is that change is the only constant. Whether we like it or not, things will change. but you have to decide whether you find yourself on the right side of change.